7 days to save the planet. MeatFree Mondays.
Yeah, well, we've been here, this is our 15th year, we started in 2004, we've always stuck to that. We cook a minimal amount of fish, but all our dishes are otherwise pretty much, apart from the cheesy toasties, pretty much vegan. The cafe is inspired by macrobiotic food, which is kind of Japanese traditional plant-based cooking. Something about dethroning the big chunk of fish or meat from the plate that gives more variety. There's almost something exciting about reaching that depth of flavour without having to go for the predictable goat's cheese or Parmesan cheese. You know, slow roasting a piece of beetroot, macerating it in balsamic. So you look for ways around that to still bring that depth. And it's like a challenge. It's almost like track running as opposed to cross-country running. You know, they're different terrains. I think vegetables have a lot more to offer than we give them benefit for, and there's so much more variety and imagination available when you start cooking with vegetables, with grains. It's a little more challenging because it's an area that we have not had much education in as a culture.
The meat and dairy industries are responsible for over half of all greenhouse gas emissions on the planet. In Nailsworth, the Natural Cookery School follows a similar ethos. Their classes are designed to show people that food can taste good and be sustainable at the same time. If you're interested in this topic, why not try going meat-free for 1 day per week? The MeatFree Mondays movement is rapidly growing in popularity. Maybe someday we'll all be doing something like that. Day 2. Go green. People love nature for different reasons. I like how green spaces make me think clearly and see things in a new way. I spent most of my childhood camping out in the woods with my friends. Natural areas are always beautiful, and when we spend time in them we feel refreshed and energized. Trees give us fresh air, they give us millions of amazing species, many of which haven't even been discovered yet. Nature is one of those few things in life that work in perfect balance, and you can always rely on that. So we have an experiment for you. For the next 30 days, try to get out in nature at least once per day. Even 5 minutes in the trees will have a profound effect on your happiness. We're encouraging everyone and anyone to bring more green into their lives, whether it's stepping outside more, letting a part of their garden grow wild, or even adding some stylish pot plants to their house. Day 3. Be your own engine. Traffic. The plague of Stroud, and in fact any town. For some reason everybody thinks that they need their own personal vehicle to get to work, but maybe there's a better way.
So I live about 2 miles from Stroud, which equates to around a 10-minute car journey. But once you take into account traffic, finding a place to park, walking from the car park, you're looking at about 5 hours. So what I'm going to do today is attempt the commute on both a bike and on foot and actually see how much of a time difference there is. What I'm expecting to find is that if I take a bike, it's actually going to be quicker. So I'm going to time both journeys and we're going to see what happens. Made it to Stroud. That took 13 minutes and 20 seconds, which is basically the same, if not quicker, than taking a car. So now I'm going to try and walk back. So I'm pretty much home, there's like another 2 minutes to go. The walking took 40 minutes, which is obviously a lot longer, but I did get to see some giant sheep. Actually, I'm not sure what they were, but it's fair to say out of the 3, cycling was the most effective. Next time you need to commute, why don't you consider being your own engine?
Day 4. Thrifted Thursdays.
You find a way to make me fight, feeling it's not right. I underestimate the lengths you go to keep me inside. Flown away, missed our date, trying to keep you away. Drop your calls, cause I don't wanna see you anyway. I've tried everything from sleeping around to up and walking away, but you keep tugging my hand and saying to me, I'm begging you stay. No more spilling all your feelings, cause I don't wanna hear it. Please don't fight it anymore. Your love's unrequited, I just can't hide it. I know your heart is on the floor, and though you can't see it, you're loving them leaving. I just don't want you anymore. Don't want you anymore.
Day 5. Pass it on.
I'm Paul Hoffman and I'm a director with Transition Stroud. In Stroud we're running a repair cafe every month. That happens here. And we also do one every quarter in Nailsworth.
We started this repair cafe in Stroud around a little less than 2 years ago.
The idea is that people turn up, have a cup of tea, sit with someone who actually goes through the problem solving. It's very important to be involved in fixing things rather than just having them done. And I think that's one thing we try to get out of the way is that idea that you've got a job that you want doing, so you give it to somebody else and then you pay them. This is free, but the cost is actually for you to get involved in the repair.
I think it gives people a very direct understanding of what kind of work actually is needed for a garment to be ready for you to wear. Hopefully you will also come to that conclusion that if you're only paying £5 for your garments, that is maybe some kind of reflection on the conditions people are under, and also how much we then pay for the resources.
If you think about how much effort and energy, physical energy, that goes into making things, then you're going to have to reproduce that every time you make it. Repairing is just a minor intervention that helps something continue, and you preserve all of that energy that you put into it before. What we find is that clothes and clothing is so cheap nowadays, it's very easy to just go buy, wear and throw away.
If you start doing it yourself, you sort of get a much more sort of direct understanding of the issues.
Some of those, particularly older skills of repairing, of darning even, are becoming fairly popular. So the idea, I think, in a few years' time, we'll all be walking around with darned clothes.
Day 6. Make them earn your money. Today we went to visit FGR for their match against Lincoln City. We wanted to see what their fans thought about taking a more sustainable approach to business.
I was made aware of it kind of 10 years ago, and there was this ethos towards being a vegan club, and I thought 10 years ago it wasn't really something that had crossed my mind. But it's nice to see, I suppose, how its journey. It strikes me that a lot of clubs could take some steps to improve their green footprint, I suppose.
Well, I think they're unique. I'm not really sure.
Pioneering, isn't it? The only club around that does this.
The only reason we're here now is because of everything we've heard about it. We were just discussing, me and my friend, whether the drive here was nice enough, and then the electric ports and everything like that. Would players choose to play for clubs for how the club is run as opposed to the money that's paid? And I think that will become more prominent in the future. So a team like FGR, they're doing things the right way and everyone's seeing that, and then other clubs can learn a lot from that.
Football uses a lot of energy like a lot of other industries, and needs to be looking at ways of reducing it.
Sometimes big companies aren't particularly transparent about how they treat the planet. We asked the fans if they thought businesses should step out of the shadows.
I would expect big business to be transparent as a fundamental kind of thing that's about them. So it's good that, I suppose, visibility comes through the club.
Well, it might spoil their business, but I think it would be better for the planet.
Yeah.
Me too.
So the fact that Forestry Rovers is a green or a vegan ground is actually really useful because it certainly is a conversation starter. And I know, having brought a party of boys here today to watch the football, they were spending a lot of the journey talking about what that meant.
So I don't use Amazon anymore. I try and use the internet in a way that doesn't benefit the companies who can pay the most for advertising. It's just a massive billboard.
Yeah. And we're going to be Lincoln.
Day 7. Inspire.
I'm Laura and I lead the Eco Council at Stroud High School. I'm motivated to take action because I believe we don't really have any other choice. Because climate change is happening now, and if we don't do anything about it, there won't be any wildlife or rainforests or corals left when we're older. So I'm most interested in climate change because you can kind of see it happening now with the hot summers, but also very interested in things like plastic pollution and waste because they always have really bad impacts and they're always easier to do stuff about. At the Eco Committee at Stroud High, I lead a group of younger students, mainly from year 7 to year 12, doing a collection of eco bricks, which is lots of plastic packed into a bottle that will go towards building furniture and stuff. That means less plastic will go into our environment. We're also going to make our own cosmetics so that you have to buy less plastic, and we're also going to do a big plastic clean-up in the canal. If I was going to send a message to other young people, I'd probably say don't feel embarrassed or scared to talk to your friends or share on social media environmental things that you're doing, because it's important that the message gets spread.